Today's Reef Diary is number 7. It's going to be about cleaning the algae turf scrubber that is just not doing what I need. It's not what I'm expecting, and Jason said I should start fresh. So he sent me a brand new screen, and he sent me some of his own algae that looks actually very beautiful. It's funny to get green hair algae sent to me on purpose. And I'm going to just clean this up really good and clean the walls of the box, and I'm going to remove all of this disgustingness because it's just not what I expect to see. It's not what he expected to see. While there's some ulva, and there is some algae underneath all this, there's a lot of what looks like cyano and some kind of yellow snot. It's just disgusting, so I got to clean this completely. The cleaning process is like anything, except I'm using CLR. And I just recently stumbled on using this in my aquarium. I've been using it forever to clean the sink and keep it nice. But it removes calcium deposits, and what I'm working with is polycarbonate. There may be some acrylic, there's zero silicone, so there's nothing to absorb this chemical and actually hurt the tank. I didn't use it on the screen, I'm only using it on the actual drawer itself. This part is going to be to reseed the screen, and I'm going to just take a little bit of this and rub it all over every bit of this on both sides so that it's primed. The screen arrives very, very rough. It's not just like right out of wherever you get it at. And then I'm rubbing this hair algae in a bit at a time all over. Actually, I was worried I wouldn't have enough algae because only one of the 4 bags that were shipped to me was something I trusted. Harder, but he recommended I try it out at least. So what he wants me to do is he actually wants me to thread some hair algae through the holes so it hangs down along the top so the algae will grow downhill. And we're only doing this because I didn't have much success growing hair algae at all. So this is definitely a first for me. Threading algae through holes in a screen, one piece at a time, basically. I did some. I didn't kill myself at this. I just wanted to get a few strands going. And, you know, this was basically just an extra suggestion that Jason gave me to kind of grow the right algae in my algae turf scrubber from Foursquare Aquatics. That's done. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it back inside the drawer, hanging on the lid. Here I'm installing the spray bar that sends the water that rolls down the screen on both sides to grow this algae. Perfect. Underneath the turf scrubber, I have a filter sock down in there that catches any kind of stuff that comes out. So I'm not too worried about any kind of hair algae escaping into the system at all. So that's it for today's Reef Diary. The only other thing I did with the tank was actually replace my sediment filter. This one's 12 days old and had already turned darker than I like. And something's going on with the water in my city, and it burned through my DI pretty rapidly as well. This probably lasted me between 300 and 500 gallons. Usually it goes a lot longer, but I actually watched it get depleted very rapidly. I watched the other filter that I put in, well, 12 days ago when I pulled the filter out, it was brown rust, which I've never seen before in whatever it is, 18 years of making RODI water. And then after this many days, like I said, 12 days, this one had already discolored quite a bit, so I swapped it out today, replaced this one as well, so I'm back to 0 TDS. That's it for today's Reef Diary, and looking forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow.